Hey FFFs, fellow football fanatics, and this is your host, below average moron, Bam. And Bikram is in the back. He is also very below average, but he's above average than I am, but pretty bad looking. So he's directing, sticking to it. He's going to stick to it for his life. And we have a new guest here. He's exactly the same person, but he's changed his name because he got into a lot of trouble with his first name. So his name is Paul the Octopus. Please, do you want to say something? Say hello to these people. And okay,
we are doing Euros. How can we forget Paul the Octopus? And
Paul
so
the
I think
Octopus in 2008.
yeah, I think I recently had an octopus dish, and the tentacles reminded me of Paul. I'm sure that guy must be a descendant of Paul, and I think I have gotten some superpowers to predict. And let's see how we go today.
All right, wonderful. So he will be predicting. I'll make some prediction, but primarily we're relying on Paul the Octopus. It's a very long name. We'll just call it Paul. All right. So let me tell you a little bit about Paul the Octopus. Originally his name was Bhargav, and right now you might not believe, but he was once a beauty contest winner in his hometown Junagadh. And Junagadh is now a major tourist destination. Like literally everybody is thronging that place. They have zero coronavirus, and it's the home of the next billion-dollar film, Fast and Furious, in Junagadh. All right. Now, moving on from films to football, Euro 2020 is around the corner. He's already broken the bubble, and in this podcast we'll discuss all the 24 teams and predict who will qualify for the knockout stages, and let's see how it goes, because Paul is always right. Paul was 85% right. I think Bhargav is going to beat the original Paul, and we have faith in this thing. All right, but before we look at all the 6 groups and 24 teams, I want to talk about something very, very important, a really, really serious issue: climate change. All right, I'm just fucking with you. The only thing we are really serious about in this, all us football fanatics, is that we're going to really miss Erling Haaland because Norway couldn't qualify, and Zlatan Ibrahimovic because he had fight with another tiger, and I think he killed the other tiger, but he got a little bit injured. So he's out, and we're definitely going to miss these two people, and it will be a big loss. Now, directly jumping into the first group, yeah, we had Zlatan there. He was not happy, but that's the way it is. So in the first group, I think this is a very tough group with Italy, and in the brackets I've given the world FIFA ranking. So in case people get confused, this is not the number of children they're allowed to have in the country. So Turkey, Italy, Wales, and this is Wales. Like this, these are not the Wales who swim. This is a country in United Kingdom that people actually don't know about, but they are ranked number 17. I'm surprised. Switzerland is ranked number 13. Now a little bit about Paul, sorry, I'm getting confused. I say Lal, Bhargav, Paul. So Paul, Switzerland in the qualifying stage is of Euro, they qualified top. So they are very solid. Wales had gone all the way to semi-finals of the last Euro 16, which actually happened in 16, not in 17, unlike this Euro. And Turkey has been absolutely solid. Like these are like warriors, like a Mexican team, like the Colombian team. Like they're just coming out, and they in the qualifying they got 23 points, and France only got 25. So that's how you can see. And the 2 matches they played against France lost a match and they drew the other match. So France couldn't even beat Turkey. So Turkey, people might think, oh, it's just a bird that we eat in Thanksgiving. No, this Turkey is strong. Only confusion is, why the hell are these people in Europe in the first place? Because Turkey doesn't sound like Europe. They should be in Middle East or maybe some other world altogether. But that's apart from propaganda. And the last team in the group, which is Italy, and nobody's talking about Italy for whatever reason, but their coach Roberto Mancini, he just got his contract extended till 2026. I'm not even sure he's going to be alive till then. So this is just crazy stuff. But this is what Italy does, right? They're like, okay, as a player you can play till 47. As a coach you can coach till 97. So you will be fine. Who the hell gets 6-year contract? Now they're on a 27 match unbeaten run. The only reason people don't talk about him because they don't have a lot of superstars, and their main striker is Ciro Immobile, and then they have Chiesa, Insigne, and a couple of other people. So I think they just completely gone under the radar. Using your word, we were just talking offline. Now just tell me your views. I'm just picking one team who definitely will miss out. It's Wales. It's a big call, but I'm thinking like Wales will finally miss out because Gareth Bale's Wales will miss out. What are your views on these 4 teams, and who do you think is going to miss out? That's the same question. Otherwise, you can say whatever you feel like.
I agree. I agree. I think Wales will miss out. Turkey. I mean, I'm predicting Turkey to finish above Switzerland. So I think Italy will finish winners of the group. Turkey will be second. Switzerland will be third. I have no confidence in Granit Xhaka and Xherdan Shaqiri who do to create any magic. I mean, I don't have too much. High hopes from Bale as well. So I would say Wales to miss out, Switzerland to finish third.
All right, so that's all. Only question then I would want to ask you is that traditionally, not in the last few years, but Switzerland had been this team, right? They will be like, they'll not let you score, and then they'll somehow score one goal, and then like just hold on to that lead. It's like this old Mourinho team. But right now, I have not seen that in the last Euro. In the last few years, I've not seen that same Switzerland which used to be so dogged. So definitely you believing that they'll finish third and then possibly a chance that they can qualify depending on. We'll come back to that. All right, in the next group, then we have Denmark. I'm very surprised they are ranked number 10 team in the world. Then Finland is there. 54. Belgium is ranked number 1. Russia is ranked. I think Russia should not be ranked number. Russia is very dogged. Like they fight like amazing. Denmark also hasn't been in great form during qualifying. Their qualifying matches were much less. They only had 8 matches and they won 4 and they drew 4. So which was not good. But then they were easily qualifying. For Belgium, I just want to have something nice to say about Eden Hazard. Now this bloke is being selected on historical talent and Chelsea reputation, where he was playing in 1993. And frankly, for me, Hazard is a lazy horse who has run his race. To me, Hazard is history. You can talk about that once I let you speak. And also I want to say that they don't seem like a number 1 team. When I say like, I just see their team right now, like it doesn't seem to be like this is like the most amazing team, just the way like France feels. We'll come back to France. But at the same time, when you see the stats alongside Italy, they're the one team which won all 10 of the Euro qualifiers and they conceded only 3 goals and scored 40 goals, so 4 goals per match. This looks ridiculously good, but still there's a lot of pressure. They're number 1 team. It has been a problem for them. It's big stakes and I think this is their last chance. I think everybody agree. You also will agree. Do you really think they can actually make their last chance, turn their last chance into last dance? Obviously, I'm making the Michael Jackson documentary reference here in case people don't understand. So yeah, off to you. And I feel Finland will miss out. I think that's an easy pick, but yeah, unless something magical happens, they will definitely miss out. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who will finish 4th in the group is easy in this to pick out. I think Finland will definitely miss out. I would still say Denmark will qualify. I mean, will finish above Russia. I know Russia, like, usually they are a dogged team. They channelize the spirit, collective. But I just think talent-wise, I think Denmark would have more, have enough to, finish above Russia. Belgium, I think you're right. I mean, for this golden generation of Belgian footballers, I think probably this is the last chance to do something big on the world stage. And yeah, I think, definitely they'll finish the group top, but I mean, beyond that, depending on the draws, the difference between France and Belgium right now is France, feels like they have the momentum. The team, all players are progressing. For the Belgian squad, I feel the players are past their peak and they're like on the downward curve in their career. They don't have any momentum in going forward. So I think that's unfortunately the story with Belgium. I hope for their sake like they do well in the tournament, but yeah.
Yeah, it'll be difficult. I think it would be like a very harsh thing to say downward spiral, but I would say agree with the second part that you say a lot more, which can be proven, like Eden Hazard. So that's a definite spiral. But also when Kevin De Bruyne got that injury, so he's going to come in, he cannot be the same person. Also, he's coming from a defeat in a final where he should not be defeated. So there's a certain trend like the momentum is definitely off for these people. Yeah, I think, see, that's what we will think. One of the reasons why they're first is whenever the qualifying or the stakes are not high, they always beat everybody. It's when the crunch situation comes in, that's where they'll just start crumbling. Yeah, I definitely agree that again Russia should be finishing below Denmark, and I think you just love Eric. I've always forget his name. Eriksson. Yeah, you love Eriksson. That's why you think he's going to be the genius. But fair enough.
So I like the Scandinavian countries. They always like rally, like they come from the land of Vikings. So always you see Norway, Denmark, Iceland. I mean these kind of teams. I love backing them. Small countries, but do well in the tournament.
I totally agree with this. I'm the below average moron. I love below average people. They're my kind of people. Now, moving on to the third group, this looks like an easy group for Netherlands, but it's not going to be that easy. So it's Netherlands, ranked number 16 team in the world, Ukraine 24, Austria 23. This is like, apart from Macedonia, North Macedonia. Let's not, I don't want to, like, you know, upset people. It's like, it's not like, it's not the real one. So it's like people say like it's a Northern Ireland. So it's like, it's not Ireland. Northern Ireland is in United Kingdom. Ireland is another country, which is like, I don't know, just complicated. Okay, so Netherlands have been completely underwhelming for several years since that World Cup. They actually went to the final all the way. Their coach Frank de Boer, he is like not only boring, he is terrible. He's been under fire and appears to be completely out of his depth. I was reading about it. It seemed to be like fitting the bills. That's why he got the job, because he was actually a failure everywhere else. This is a system which will work for him, but it's not working. And the formation that he's using, I think he's using 5-3-2 or something like that, and it's not really working out. And I see, interestingly, I see a lot of ex-United players, Memphis Depay, and I can see there Daley Blind is there, and also the current bench warmers, Donny van de Beek is also there. Apparently, their coach thinks that he played for 4,000 minutes for United this year. And then obviously the ESPN people were like, what the fuck are you talking about? And then they did the research. He played for 1,400 minutes. That's like 1,400 and 4,000 is just way too much different. Then I was like, maybe he's counting like when he's sitting on the plane, or when he's warming up before in the match, when he never actually they throw him in. They never put him as like all the warm up and chilling, jumping, or maybe he's getting them food and water. So they're counting everything. This is perfect for him. Like, you know, this is exactly what's happening. Like, why did you pay 30 million or something for me? And I'm just a bench warmer. So Netherlands might look like lucky. I think it's very lucky for Netherlands, because if Netherlands was in that shit group, the last group we will talk about, Netherlands would be the one will get out and Hungary will qualify.
Yeah,
so
that
I think
big story reminds me of you know, how you put your step tracker on your dog and, you know, count the steps that you've taken for the day.
Yeah.
They're counting everything.
So I think they're counting everything. It's like from the moment he's warming up and never even actually getting a chance to play, so everything is counted. So you just put the fucking thing on, it's on. Like 4,000. I was like, I'm not even sure anybody has played 4,000 minutes for United this season apart from Maguire. But yeah, that was the deal. So apart from North Macedonia, I think we are expecting Ukraine and Austria to qualify alongside, but I think it's going to be pretty. You don't be surprised if Netherlands actually just like screws up massively. But because they're in an easy group, they will still qualify. But again, if it's going to be very difficult, right, for them to screw up so badly that even after coming third, they don't even have 4 points. Because if you have 4 points, you will definitely qualify. 4 will be qualifier.
Yeah, I think they have enough quality. Forget what the manager is and what situation that he is in. I think the squad is talented enough that they should get out of the group, and not only get out, I think they should top the group. I'm a little bit torn between like Ukraine and Austria. Like I don't know, like with Austria, I mean, they somehow always get out of the group, but they never, you know, progress further. But I think Ukraine, like I pick Ukraine to finish above Austria. I think their guru or the legend Shevchenko is can inspire them, you know, to you know, finish second and probably progress one step forward as well. So yeah, I mean, I would pick Netherlands, Ukraine, Austria, and North Macedonia in this order.
One thing I just remember, because we've already gone ahead, talked about Belgium already, but Thierry Henry has joined them as one of the coaching staff or something, or whatever he's doing there. So he was there with them before, and now he's joined them again. That's what it said. So that will be interesting as well. So yeah, North Macedonia. If North Macedonia actually qualifies, we should just completely just retire like right now, because it's like, what's the point?
I think North Macedonia beat Germany, right? And that's how they qualified.
They did Germany.
So yeah, I mean, but
they had celebration. They had so much celebration in the country. It went crazy. Like, it was the biggest defeat.
But overall, in this group, I'm happy to see Netherlands back in a major international tournament. It just feels sad that they don't even qualify for the World Cup or Euros. Like, it's just, at least I'm
happy. Which one didn't qualify? World Cup or Euros? Which one did they? They missed both. Yeah. Oh my God! Because I know they've been terrible, right? They've been terrible completely. And then Their coach left them, Ronald Koeman. Oh, by the way, he just got an extension finally. It's been officially announced. You must have heard. He was very happy. He's like, finally, I'm done. I'm so irritated by this whole thing. I think it deserved it, no matter what people say. If they can get, again, I'll say the same thing. If you can get somebody better, you get it. And again, I'll put some agenda and move forward by Conte was available. He's still available. Please sack Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Please sack him. Please sack him. All right. So moving on to the Group D, and this is an interesting group. Again, should be easy for England. England is world ranked number 4 team. Croatia is 14th ranked. Scotland is 44, which is decent, and Czech Republic is there. So there could be a bit of a dogfight for the third spot here, depending how the matches go. Now, England, Harry Kane was the top goal scorer in last World Cup, but then he kind of scored 3 goals against Panama. And honestly, I did not even know that Panama was a country. I thought it was some cigarette brand in India. And I had seen that when I was growing up. So that's it. Then people said, oh, it's a country. People play. I thought they'll just put cigarettes out there and they'll just stand there. They look like cigarettes as well. Completely. Although this is the English team. So yeah, I couldn't even recognize them. They all look same. People are like, oh, you're racist. I was like, no, they just look same. All right. So nice picture, Vikram. Now, moving on from there, I want to talk about few selections here for England and then give it to you. Henderson, Bellingham, Trent. Okay, Trent is already out, so I have to remove that. They're all off the bench. I think Henderson and Bellingham will be off the bench because you really can't have these people ready. Trippier, which I definitely thought that he will be in. I think one of the major reasons was when you win like a Ballon d'Or or something, even if you shit, but if your team wins the World Cup or something, people think you're better. So that's why I always thought Trippier will get picked on because of that psychological thing, because his team won the La Liga. And it's not like he's from PSG that they win every single time. It's Atletico Madrid. So yeah. I think I can hear myself, Bikram. So I think your thing is not on mute. Okay. So he got picked. Then the conspiracy theory. Thank you. That Rashford beat up Greenwood because he thought that Greenwood will play. I told you Greenwood will play. Then as a revenge, not as revenge, Lingard and Ward-Prowse were they were sulking and they were having beers. They're like, why can't we do something like that? We should also do something like that. And then they say, how can we beat him? He's already in the camp. He said, okay, no, we'll do voodoo on this guy, Trent. They did voodoo, and then apparently if you see the match, he hasn't even been touched. I don't know what the hell happened to him, to Trent. He just pulled a hammy and now he's out. So the bad luck Trent roller coaster journey has stopped even before the fireworks began. And now just to tell everybody that Southgate has the option. Now he's not even going to pick till literally right before the Croatia match. I think somebody's going to be sleeping. He's going to wake them up. It's like, come on, take the bus, come there. So and play with us. And I'm not even, if you ask me, I'm not even ruling out Jamie Vardy. I'm not ruling out anybody. I think anybody's on, man. Everybody's on. So only one I'm really ruling out is last word is that Scotland. Because if Scotland qualifies from this group, I promise that I will become a vegan, feminist lesbian and have a sex change not once, every 2 years for the rest of my life if Scotland qualifies. Said it on the video. After that,
too many things on the line for you.
I know.
For your sake, I hope Scotland.
I'm just saving you, Paul, because after your predictions come wrong, they'll come after you. But after I said this, they'll come after me. So
I would love Scotland to finish third, but I don't see that happening. So I think for your sake, it's a safer bet.
Scottish people on ESPN, they said if they score a goal, they'll be happy.
Yeah, so I think
against England. I
love. I mean, the match between England and Scotland will be nice. It'll be good to watch. But I just don't think they'll qualify. So you're right. I think they'll be fourth. England should top the group. Croatia come in second. Czech Republic third. Coming to England's squad, I think you're right. Southgate will not announce Trent's replacement immediately. Again, they have a match tomorrow on Sunday, another warm-up match. So I think after that match, it'll just watch out who starts and who he brings off the bench. You might get some idea who he'll pick as a replacement for Trent.
Lingard played in the first match. Yes, you know that, right? Even if he's not picked, he still played in the match. So that is some signal.
Yeah. So what he did was he gave players the choice that you can go, you're not selected, or you can stay with the squad because anything can happen. Somebody get injured, then this is the pool. So I Vardy will not come because this is the final
I was
33
just fucking
from.
around, yeah.
Yeah. So this is the final 33 from which he'll pick. I mean, whatever, like, the 7 players who missed out, someone will come in. I would see, Lingard making a strong case for himself, but I just think there are too many players in the midfield. I mean, attacking midfield, position for Lingard to really justify and probably, like, he won't even play. But let's see what Southgate does. It will be
It's a
interesting to see.
morale boosting. If people say everybody loves him, everybody loves him. Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, frankly, you like Lingard more than I do, but I mean, both of us know that we've seen it, right? There's a higher ceiling. There's a higher ceiling.
Yeah.
So if you can get somebody better, you take them. If you can't, then Lingard can play, like, come in towards the end. But yeah, that's the fact of it. So you feel England's going to be fine even with all these
Yeah.
situations that they're facing. That Henderson situation, Kane situation, Trent's already out.
See, I think my big worry is if Maguire, like, is not playing, then, I mean, oh my God, that's going to create chaos, and then I don't know what will happen to England. I don't think Henderson will be that big a loss. I know he's a leader, in the dressing room and things like that, but in terms of playing time, I don't think Henderson will be missed as much as Maguire. So if Maguire is not there, I mean, the bookies, who placed their bets and made them favorites, will have to rethink.
Yeah. Also, by the way, the bookies don't choose it that way. Bookies pretty much just if everybody keeps piling on money on England, they just, like, the odds keep going lower because now everybody's just putting money on it. Now people start pulling money away because they're using an algorithm. Eventually, they need to win because they don't give the exact odds, right? You don't get like 1-on-1 for everything.
Yeah.
So there's some margin for error and there's some margin for them. So they always win. That's why they're always winning. Because I think that's why they're saying that most people in England, a lot of people overseas also, they love England because the English Premier League is so popular. So people just end up putting a lot more. Even last year when Manchester City, they were odds on favorite to win the Champions League. I was like, what is happening? Like, they were not even close in Premier League, and Bayern Munich was just thumping everybody. But they still were like odds on favorite till the time they got knocked out, like, stupidly. So those things happen. Fine. Okay. Let's look at Group E. This group looks easy for Spain specifically. So it has Spain, Sweden, Poland, and Slovakia. So could be a dogfight between the Sweden, Poland, and Slovakia. But I'm not ruling out Spain to screw up at times. I really like Enrique though. Personally, I've liked this guy because this guy is just like, he knows his deal. He announced a 24-man squad. He didn't even bother with 26. He could have easily taken Sergio Ramos. But if he had taken that player, you can't take him and not play. It just creates too much confusion. So he just removed the confusion. It's like, no, I don't want to take. He had the room. He had enough room to take him, but he was like, no, I'm not going to take him. Now, Sergio Ramos is not going to hear. So 2 questions for you. One is like, how does that impact Spain? Because Aymeric Laporte is coming in because he's magically become Spanish from French. Said that, their defense, when I look at Aymeric Laporte, Jordi Alba, Pau Torres, Eric Garcia, Llorente, and Azpilicueta, who's just won the Champions League. This looks as good as possible. Obviously, the weak point is David De Gea, who has. Somebody was telling me that he hasn't stopped a penalty 40 shots. Like, he hasn't saved one in the last 40 penalties that have been taken against him. And that made sense because I was thinking every time, it's like, I have never seen David De Gea ever save a penalty. Well, he got his own penalty saved, as far as we know. So
yeah, let's just move on from that.
Yeah, let's just move on from that. So one more thing is that there are no superstar forwards, and as I was preparing this and I was checking today, Morata got a lot of flack because he missed few chances and he was not very good, but again, that's just too harsh. But then they still don't have any superstar forwards. They have Moreno, they have Morata, Ferran Torres, Traore is also there. If they combine well, I think they can still score like a bunch of goals in a game. But because nobody has forgotten the 6-0 thrashing with the same lineup they gave to Germany, it seems like Germany have been losing a lot of matches and terribly to not only North Macedonia but 6-0. That's just unheard of. Obviously, apart from I feel Slovakia might miss out, but again, I'm not 100%, but I'm picking Slovakia. So yes, those questions about the defense and David De Gea a little bit, and how much the forward line will impact Spain, and do you think Spain can stumble? Not saying that they'll not qualify, but probably not just like be part of the pack. 1, 2, 3 could be anything.
Yeah, I think two things. I think interesting in the defense, like when Laporte said that I'm available for Spain, everyone in Spain said, "Yeah, he chose Spain over France and blah blah blah." Then the next day, it got announced that he's picked over Sergio Ramos in the squad, and then there was like silence. It was like, we wanted him, but not like like displacing my captain and the Spanish icon and things like that. So yeah, I mean mixed reactions like on him. But having said that, if Alvaro Morata is leading the line for Spain, I mean, in the group is fine, but I don't think he's going to take Spain deep in the tournament. As you rightly said, all the 4 or 5 forwards have to combine well, because I don't think they have one man who can lead the goal scoring. They will have to use everyone like Gerard Moreno, Ferran Torres, because Morata alone cannot. I don't think he is just simply not good enough at the world stage to
provider. He's been this provider, right, for Ronaldo.
Yeah, so they'll have to combine well. Correct. They'll have to combine well to do well. But I think in the group that Spain find them in, I think Spain should top the group. Poland, Lewandowski. He has to do something, in the group stages. And I think, given like all the things that he's done over the last 2 years, like he's the talisman, right? So I think he will just edge, Poland to finish second. Sweden, I think, will finish third, and I agree with you, Slovakia to finish fourth.
Okay, so but I mean, whatever I've watched, it's there's just one player, right? It's the same situation when Egypt had only Mo Salah. So there's too much pressure, and then they put 3 people on this guy, and then nothing else happens. So that's happened in the last World Cup, that happened in the last Euro also. Poland does not do very well, particularly in this tournament. So that is a concern, but again, manageable. I think you said one thing I want to clarify for audience, that Aymeric Laporte did not choose Spain. France did not pick him. So he said, okay, I want to play for somebody who is out there to take me. Then Spain chucked a passport on his face, and he was like, okay, I'll do it. And so he went there. If France had picked him, because
there is no way he could have been in the French squad. I mean, we'll talk about the squad.
Deschamps does not pick him, right? He doesn't really pick him. And after what happened last year, injury, and then now he became the second choice, he was definitely not going to pick him. He has picked Benzema, but not going to pick him. All right, moving on to the last and final group, which is the group, because this is group F. I think they should just call group fucked, because this is a group of quick death, not even pure. It's like a pure death, like not even quick and pure death. This will be. I mean, see the teams: Hungary, Portugal, France, and Germany. Now, some people might not
sorry
think
for Hungary.
Yeah,
oh, God.
It's just you feel sorry for Hungary, right? And now I think in this group, all bets are off. I'm not even like discounting anybody, because after what Germany has been doing recently, I'm not discounting anything. And the people who don't know anything about Hungary, they're like, oh, Hungary should be easy meat. No, they're not. In the last World Cup, sorry, in the last Euro, Hungary topped their group, which also had Portugal in it, and they beat Portugal. No, they didn't beat Portugal. That's too much. But they topped their group. So Hungary is not like pushovers. They're going to be difficult. And Germany is the one who lost to North Macedonia and 6-0 to Spain, whose forwards are getting questioned. Like, you can't even score a goal. So let's not say it's all like fait accompli. This is all done and dusted. No, it's not. So let's talk about apart from Hungary, Germany. Now, Ter Stegen is out injured. He's out. He's not second goalkeeper. Neuer is there. So just in case if Neuer gets injured, then it's going to be Bernd Leno in the goal. I mean, I could be better in goal than Bernd Leno, so that will be a problem. But that's just probably not going to happen. He's not going to get injured. But then there's a curious case of Timo Werner, who is an absolute nerve wreck to me, and also the ghost of 2018 World Cup, where they were defending champions. They got kicked out in the first round. I think Timo Werner still did not score any goals in that match, all the 3 matches they played in the 2018 World Cup. Now, good thing is that Müller is back, Hummels is back. But then Hummels really need to prove that he's come back. He's going to be really amazing, because in the warm-up at least he wasn't good. And somebody was saying it was Hummels' fault because they scored the goal, conceded the goal. Now, and we also have this young kid, Jamal Musiala. Now, this kid is a wonder kid. Wunderkind is only 18, and I think can spring a surprise. I don't know if he'll play or not, but I've heard he's twice as good. He will be twice as good as Messi by the time Qatar Olympics come through in 2021. 2022 later next year. Now, because I've been told they're feeding him this proven Indian magic syrup. In simple terms, it's called Holy Cow's cold pressed pea. So even the pea is cold pressed right now, because everybody just loves cold pressed in India. I don't know what's happening in Canada, but everywhere, if you just sell something like a 200 ml juice for 200 rupees, if you write cold pressed, people pay for it. Sugarcane juice, which is only 20 rupees, should be, but they'll pay for it as long as it says cold press. In India, every upper middle class, they love, you should try the cold press, it's so amazing. So then a little bit on, okay, let's just talk about this first, because then I have a lot to talk about in Portugal. So what do you think about Germany? Do you think Germany can still finish third and can be in a situation where they might not qualify?
I think in this group, given the form and the squads, I think they will finish third. And this weird rule, I don't know, why, best 4 third place teams will still qualify for the next round. And that gives hope to Germany. They just need one decent result with either
against a big team.
France. Yeah, against one big team. Even if it's a draw, I think they'll still make it. And Germany, barring the last World Cup, if you see, they probably are the most consistent team in large tournaments to at least go deep in the tournament.
Absolutely.
Last World Cup was an aberration, and
it's been bad times, continuously. It's been terrible.
And I don't know how this is Joachim Löw's, I think, last tournament, and he then retires. Yeah. I think he's been the head for 10, 15 years now. I mean, ever since
17th year running or something.
So that's crazy. So I don't know whether the players will rally behind and that will be a motivating factor and give him a nice send off, or it will be distraction. Hey, this guy is not going to be there after this tournament. Let me just play for myself and see what I can do. I'm just not sure how that dynamic works, but I think they will finish third given their problems. I'm happy that Muller is back. I'm really happy, because I don't think Timo Werner, for even if you I don't know what else, if you put a cake in front of him, I don't think even using a spoon, he'll drop the piece. He'll not be able to put it in his mouth. So I don't know what's happening with Timo Werner. So I'm happy Muller is back, and I think that should keep Germany in good stead.
So one thing I like about if Joachim Löw can do the one thing, that what problem with Rashford is, if he can just take the ball, because he's a runner, and then pass it to the right man, don't go for the goal. I think he can be the best, because he's been amazing for that thing, taking a ball all the way and then giving it to the right person. That is because when Timo Werner has the ball and he's running, and he's you can't catch him. He's amazing. It's just the moment the goal comes in, it just feels like it's.
Yeah, well, one thing on Germany, I think their problem is not the midfield or attack. I think they have enough attacking talent and good players in the midfield. For me, the worry is the defense. I don't know, for some reason, last few years, Emre Can, I mean, if people know, played for Liverpool some time back, somehow this guy plays him in the defense, and he's not a good defender. I mean, I don't know why he picks him to play at the back, but if he plays in the back 4, then I'm telling you, Germany will not, go do well in the tournament. So that's my worry for Germany. I think attacking
wise, soft spot thing.
Yeah.
It's a soft spot thing. I think Soler is going to play, right? And that guy is also not that good. He doesn't even do very well for Bayern, but then soft spots. Okay, so moving on to Portugal in the same group. So I have a lot of fun facts on Portugal. They are the defending champions, but it was not easy or cakewalk. They finished third in their group stages. So Germany can take some solace from there. And not that they had a lot of points. They did not even win a single match. They only had 3 points in all 3 matches. They drew all the matches. and were very super lucky to qualify even with 3 points. Okay, 4 points will be enough to qualify, but 3 points you could have easily missed out because other morons did very well. Not only they did not win any match in the group stages, they did not win any match till the semi-finals. Even the pre-quarterfinals and the quarterfinals, they drew both the matches and they won on penalties. And then it was against Switzerland and Poland respectively. Then they were like, had all the luck that anybody can have, and luck is a major factor in major tournaments with knockout matches and all. Now in the final, Ronaldo got the knock in the 8th minute, but then he braved on, but eventually had to be subbed because he was really not moving around in the 25th minute. And they eventually somehow ended up beating a formidable France in that tournament. Otherwise France would have been Euro champion, world champion, like the Spain situation would have happened. But then they have this player who I really like. Everybody knows him. His name is Kepler Leveren de Lima Ferreira Comem. His name is otherwise called Pepe. He is only 83 years old. Okay, sorry, I just read it other way around. He's 80 years old. Still fairly old for a footballer at the international level. Okay, I think I just heard Zlatan shouting. He's like, shut the fuck up. Like, stop talking shit. 38, that's young. Alright, this is my opinion, Portuguese side is, this is the strongest Portuguese side I've ever seen in my life. And for whatever the hell reasons, I feel this will backfire. And they have not been doing very well recently. And I just feel this will backfire. Also, they've already won the last time, so the stomach is full. But they have a solid team, man. Like, we know all the Portuguese players who are doing so well everywhere, particularly English Premier League. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think this is a very, very, very strong Portugal squad. I like the fact, I mean, their defense is solid. If Portugal if somehow they win the tournament, I'm telling you, Ruben Dias can win the Ballon d'Or, because
he can.
He can. I mean, it's just crazy. I mean, this guy is amazing, and the thing I like about Portugal is that they're very stable at the back. They have Danilo, who is like, a great defensive midfielder. So what Kante does for France, I think this guy does for Portugal. Not exactly, but this guy is probably more defensive, and he keeps the back line in check. And going forward, they have all of us know the attacking talent they have, right? Leading the line is Ronaldo. I don't think this is going to be his last hurrah. I'm sure he's going to play the World Cup, and probably that will be it. But you never know.
Don't count
you
on
never
it.
know. Yeah, I can't count on it. So, but I think Bruno Fernandes, I think Diogo Jota, I think he's a great guy to come off the bench if things are not happening, if Ronaldo is having an off day. So I think attacking wise, they've got great talent, and defensively they're solid, and that's a good recipe to have in a team. So I have high hopes. I would not be surprised if they at least reach the semis.
All right, fair enough. Now, I'm probably thinking they might not, but that's what my idea is. I'm not predicting anything for Portugal. I'm just saying that this is my gut feeling, because suddenly you have a shit team and then you win, and then you have a really good team and you just crumble. Now, talking about France, which is obviously the strongest team, but let's talk about somebody who's not the strongest. That's Hugo Lloris. I think he's a great captain situation. Is he even the captain for France? So he's not the best goalie, right? It's because it's a similar situation as Maguire being England's best defender. Maguire is not a great defender. He's not Ruben Dias. He's not Virgil van Dijk, but he's the best they got. So as long as he stays solid, there's not going to be a problem, but should be okay. Now, talking about Angola Kante, and recently people have been talking about after his amazing performance in semi-final in the UCL and the final, people are saying he should win the Ballon d'Or. Now, you are saying Ruben Dias will win the Ballon d'Or. Lewandowski is saying, what the fuck is happening? Last year, you guys cancelled the Ballon d'Or, and then you said because everybody did not play matches. I was like, I played so many matches. We won Champions League. My Bundesliga finished it. Everybody finished apart from France. And nobody ever wins anything for France anyway, because it's just who cares about France? They're stupidly did their own stupidity. So, on what reason did you cancel it? There's like coronavirus happened, but everybody ended up finishing their league. Everybody ended up playing. So now this time, I'm amazing. I broke Gerd Muller's record, and now this fucking Kante comes in, and now this Ruben Dias comes from nowhere, out of nowhere. Because before the final, people did not even know if Kante is going to play. He was not sure. Starter, he had an injury, and then suddenly out of the injury, he comes out and just like running like crazy. So he's not happy now. Angola Kante is definitely favorite now at this stage, particularly because he's in France, and because we are expecting France to go all the way. So if France does go all the way, oh, Lewandowski. But fairly, I think Lewandowski should win, because I always find it unfair. Just because he was born in Poland, it's not his fault, and now it's not Erling Haaland's fault to be born in Norway. They don't have any players. So let's talk about Benzema. He's like literally back from the dead. In last podcast, we talked enough about him. But now I'm looking at Benzema, Mbappe, Griezmann, Giroud, Dembele, Kingsley Coman. I mean, this looks like unbelievable, man. Like, this looks super fucking solid. This is the only team I can say like, oh my god, I can put my money on it. But obviously not always the favorites win, but this is the team, man. Lal, who is going to stop them?
They have the best starting 11, period. That's it. I mean, oh my god, like the even, I mean, the 3-4 players of the bench that they could call off, oh my god, it's just like exciting. It brings a smile on your face. It's like the old Brazilian team sheet that you see, and like, oh my god, who is going to stop them, right? But yeah, I mean, as we alluded earlier, I mean, it's a knockout tournament. So on a given day, anybody can beat anyone. But France are the favorites. Who can stop them? Very difficult to say. I think only team that probably comes close are in their group is Portugal to me, to my mind. I think those two would be my favorites. And I know England is very, very highly rated, but they have their own problems of the squad. So, yeah, I mean, but oh my God, like they hands down look the favorites.
All right, fair enough. So two more things. If people have, braved on for this podcast and do not understand the exact thing, how it works. So every group has 4 teams. The fourth, whoever finishes fourth gets kicked out. But whoever finishes third on the 6 groups, 4 out of those 6 teams will qualify for the pre-quarterfinals, depending on how many points you have. If the points are equal, then it goes to the goal scored and then goal difference, all that blah blah blah. And then eventually, if nothing happens, then whoever knows Trump. That's how it works. Whoever is in Trump's family. So that way it works. Now the one thing I want to talk about, Lal, is like, I think a lot of time I was just thinking about this thing, that how cricket World Cup works, or how cricket works. Australia has won like multiple times. I think Australia has won 4 times. India has won twice. England just once. But people need to realize this is like cricket. Like there's like literally 4 or 5 teams which can actually win. Soccer, football, it is so goddamn difficult. So when somebody wins, man, that must be brutally difficult, because they're team after team after team. They're like such pedigree people have. I mean, think about Italy. People are not talking about it. Dude, such pedigree Italy has, like all these Germany, every single team you pick, England. It's just crazy. So when somebody wins, this is like the highest level of achievement in any sport, to win in football at a big tournament. It is just crazy. Like, it's crazy. So whoever wins, we need to show like respect. This is not cricket, or this is not rugby. This is not like 6 nations going to win all the teams and it's going to be fine. This is something which every punk in the entire world cares about, and everybody has such amazing players, and then still just one team wins. So when they win, it is a big deal. So that's why people keep looking forward to World Cups. And recently, I think 6 months ago, when Arsene Wenger said that he talked about something, he said these things should happen every 2 years because this is the way it should be. And then people are like, oh no, what are you talking about? Now UEFA or FIFA actually took cognizance to that, and they are actually considering it. They're like, if it makes more money, we don't like. Yeah, but now I think it will be very detrimental for players. Players. I mean, now think about it, they'll always be playing over it, because now they play this thing, next year they play, then they go to Olympics. What is happening to people? And
it's just crazy. I mean, people will have to have like big squads. Everyone wants to make money. Like UEFA is making like Champions League, more teams, so more number of matches. I mean, where do the players like? It can't be that they played 365 days, right? there is a finite amount of days that those guys can stay fit and keep on playing.
Yeah, the level will fall down. Also, the
Level,
people can
yeah.
get in. People will get more conservative. So that's why when Harry Kane's problem right now is that people are saying, "Oh, his contract is still there." He himself signed a contract of that length. Why did he do that? Because you know why? Because he got married when he was 21 or 22. He has 3 fucking kids. So at that time when a contract is given to you, that's why Harry Kane is getting like 200,000 pounds a week. I mean, a new youngsters who are getting like getting. I'm sure Donny Van de Beek is probably getting paid around that much money, because that's the kind of, because he's just signed a shitty contract. Because you just have a family who's like, okay, somebody's giving me 6 years, just take it. Why? What if I get injured and other things happen? So that's why when people will be playing so many matches, they will accept longer contracts. And they will be much more conservative, and the quality of the play has to go down at some level, right? It cannot, because you cannot keep playing at that high level. Football will go down. So I don't mind it as a spectator, because of course, why not keep playing all the time, play every single year. But then at some point in time, you have to understand that these are human beings. This is not a video game, and eventually the charm of it will go away. Maybe they should, if they want to try something, they can try with 3 years to start with, not 2, because it will just be too much, particularly right now what's happened in the last year or so. So are you going to give us the other 2 teams which are going to miss out? Because I'm really hoping, Paul, you know everything, don't hide.
Okay, I think the 2 teams that will miss out despite finishing 3rd in their group would be Czech Republic and Russia.
Czech Republic and Russia. Czech Republic is in Group D with England, and
Yeah.
Russia. Oh, Russia is Group B. So, okay, fair enough. Let's see. Mark this down so we remember it. So yeah, it's about to start. Just a week to go. We'll be back. We'll talk about more about England's team first, because nobody still knows what their team is going to be, and people have no idea. I think it's going to keep changing. Situation will keep changing. But I feel France is the favorite. I really hope Belgium actually goes to the final or something. I mean, they perform like amazingly. They should just and as you and I both have a soft spot for Germany. I really love Germany. They're going through very bad time, and Joachim Löw has been coached for like 16-17 years. So last hurrah before Hansi Flick takes over for the World Cup, there could be something. I mean, it's very difficult to fathom that 2 big tournaments in a row, the Germany will underperform. But now they've been put in a very, very difficult group. If they get through this group, I think anything is possible after that. They might even meet England, right? And then kick them out of the tournament.
Permutations, so many.
No, man, this is difficult.
I am excited.
Yeah,
can't wait for the Euros to begin. And yeah, looking forward to it.
All right, thank you. Thanks, Paul the Octopus. Thanks, Bikram, in the backdrop. And thanks to myself. I'm very below average, so I can thank myself. I need some credit as well. So you take care. We'll be back with the next podcast once the Euros have started, or maybe just before that if other things happen, a quick fire one just before it. And because things can change in the next few days as well. Anything is possible. So yeah. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe if you like to. Take care. Anybody can subscribe. Your Dadaji, your elephant, your dog, your snail, tigers, whatever you're keeping in the house. Texas, they do that all the time. So yeah, take care. Thanks, Paul. And let's see if your prediction of Russia and Czech Republic also comes true. Big stakes. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Take care. Bye.
Have a good evening. Thank you. Bye-bye.